just couldn't take the punch. This came down to who takes a better shot, and the punch resistance is in that.
Fight, I believe, since he just got the WBA or something like that. Did he get something?
I think I'm not
against
sure.
Mizendes to do that for
right?
Wasn't that for a belt or some shit? I'm not too sure, but that'll be a great fight. You know, it gives me a little revenge. Listen, I love Mexicans, but I got fucking Mexican taco up.
And if Jaron Boots Ennis get in there and fight Thundor?
I think Boots is capable of doing, like, Boots is the first fighter with this kind of IQ that can also fight, right? And that's what I think you guys know. Right? So what I mean by that is there are so many fighters with the IQ of Boots or similar IQ that styles do not entertain or overly entertaining. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you talk about IQ in the sport, tell me the top 5 guys who have got that kind of IQ.
Jaron Ennis explodes at Xander Zayas after shock failed drug test, and boxing is going crazy right now. Xander Zayas has been caught drug test failed, and now Boots Ennis is coming out swinging with words before he even throws a single punch. Zayas thought he could sneak past the tests, but Veda don't lie. Now the whole boxing world is watching, and Boots, he's not holding back.
I was over, and I was being super careful of what I was eating and drinking, and I don't know how I got up there like that. And I'm like, dang. That was crazy. Like, their clothes really crazy though. It's really crazy.
Boots declared the victory before the first bell, and why wouldn't he? His opponent got caught cheating because he was petrified of facing him clean. The outcome was already written the moment Zayas chose the needle over the grind.
You know, this is my victory against to myself. You know, it's already set in stone. I already won.
Eddie Hearn shut down every single excuse before Zayas could even open his mouth. No contamination story works here. No conspiracy theory flies. Veda collected those samples professionally, and the results are official. Zayas has nowhere left to hide.
This and that, like, he needs to now instruct his lawyers to go through a procedure that is going to be very lengthy and arduous, but one that he must go through. You can't just come out and say, oh, what a joke. Yeah, this is like, someone's got something against me. No, VADA collected your blood and samples, took it to a laboratory in Salt Lake City and conducted a test. So no one's got it in for you. Now, if you're innocent, which you may be, I have no idea, but you have to go through this process.
Frank Warren makes a valid point. If a fighter is not physically capable of performing at his best, stepping into the ring becomes a dangerous gamble. Still, fans cannot help feeling disappointed. Xander Zayas has been preparing for months, and now uncertainty surrounds the entire event because of reports surrounding Ennis' condition.
I mean, yeah, no, I don't know, it obviously doesn't make it.
Heavyweights is different. If it's lighter weights and you fight for the title, you've got to make the...
Injuries are unfortunately part of every sport, and nobody can completely avoid them. However, timing is everything. For Jaron Ennis to reportedly suffer an injury just days before facing Xander Zayas could not have happened at a worse moment. The closer fight night gets, the more serious these concerns become.
The middleweight, he was set to face Graham Warburton on the card. He took to social media yesterday. You'll probably be aware. And Nathan was saying, dropping your kids off at school only to have a phone call on the car to say the event that you have 2,000 plus tickets for, that you've sold, delivered and personally paid for, and deliveries to everybody, and then the show.
Andy Lee raises an important point about larger fighters carrying greater physical risks. Training camps become harder, recovery becomes slower, and injuries can appear unexpectedly. That is why these reports surrounding Ennis have created so much concern. Nobody knows exactly how healthy both men truly are heading into this massive clash.
It's probably a great piece of matchmaking on behalf of Queensbury that this is...
Adam Smith highlights the human side of boxing. Fighters sacrifice everything to reach these moments, and nobody wants to see a major contest affected by health issues. But if reports are accurate, Ennis now faces a huge challenge before even reaching fight night. Meanwhile, Xander Zayas remains focused on making history and proving he belongs among boxing's elite.
All sorts of things, but to have a double whammy on this sort of seismic fight week is extraordinary. And to have both fighters pull out ill, and we don't really know what's wrong, also odd. But the doctors have looked at them, they're not right to fight, they shouldn't fight. The fighters are there. They're the ones that I look at all the time. My respect is for the fighters, whether they're top level or journeyman. They're the ones that put their careers and their lives at risk on the line.
Terence Crawford respects Xander Zayas, but questions whether the timing is right. That opinion has been shared by many observers. Yet what people continue overlooking is Zayas' maturity. He is already a world champion, already battle-tested, and already carrying himself like a seasoned veteran. If Ennis is less than 100%, Zayas becomes even more dangerous.
And that's a tough fight, especially for Xander at this point in his career, but it shows his heart and his confidence, that he has in himself. And he's ready to go make history for his country. And he's going to do real well in that fight. I just think, right now, it's a little bit too early for him.
Jaron Ennis sounds confident as always, but there is a fine line between confidence and overlooking an opponent. Xander Zayas is not just another challenger. He is younger, motivated, and entering the fight with everything to gain. If the injury reports are true, Ennis might discover that this challenge is much tougher than expected.
I think Xander's the best guy out of everyone that you've fought so far. I mean, obviously you haven't been in the ring with him yet, but are you expecting that at least?
I mean, I can't really say like you said because I haven't been in the ring with him, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows? I can go in there in the first round and get him out there, and we're not able to see nothing from him. So, I can't really say, but I think he got out of all the guys at 54, he got a better skill set than most of those guys at 54.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Greg Hackett perfectly explains why Xander Zayas is such a serious threat. He brings youth, strength, size, and ambition into the ring. Those qualities become even more important if Ennis is carrying any physical issues from camp. Zayas is not arriving to participate. He is arriving to take over the division and announce a new era.
What I love about the fight is Xander is big, young, strong, skillful, and he not afraid. Boots, we know he trying to bring everything to the table, the speed, the power, just the lights. He bringing everything to it. I think it's a great test for Boots because this is a guy who you can say is durable. You can say he's durable because he's never been stopped. I never even seen him go down. You know what I mean? So it's not like we talking about a chump. You know what I mean? He come in to fight. And I think this kid being young will make him dangerous. Him being young, energetic, and then a big guy. He got real good size to him. You know what I mean? Strong guy. And I think that right there enough is going to make it.
Rolly Romero leans toward Ennis because of experience, and that is understandable. Experience matters in championship fights. However, experience alone does not guarantee victory. Xander Zayas has shown remarkable composure throughout his rise and looks mentally locked in for this opportunity. With questions surrounding Ennis' fitness, the gap between them may be far smaller than many people believe. Sometimes boxing is less about who has been around longer and more about who shows up stronger on the night.
It's hard to really go against Boots because on that one was specifically Xander. I feel Xander's still young, Boots is a lot older and has a lot more experience.
Eddie Hearn's comments showed just how personal this rivalry has become. The respect is fading and emotions are taking over. But while the face-off drama grabbed headlines, the bigger story right now is the reported sparring injury suffered by Jaron Ennis just days before fight night. Xander Zayas looks completely locked in mentally while Ennis is suddenly surrounded by questions. When a fighter enters the biggest fight of his career, carrying physical concerns, it can affect everything from confidence to preparation. That is why many fans believe momentum is starting to swing heavily towards Zayas.
I think when you're getting poked like that in a face-to-face, after a while the temper goes, and it's good. I think it's going to be that kind of fight.
This is exactly the kind of confidence champions are supposed to show. Xander Zayas did not back down for a second and made it clear he believes those belts are staying with him. What stands out most is how calm and controlled he remains despite all the tension. Meanwhile, reports of Jaron Ennis suffering an injury in sparring have only increased the pressure on his side. Zayas looks focused, healthy, and ready for war. If Ennis enters this fight anything less than 100%, that confidence from Zayas could become a massive factor once the opening bell sounds.
Como él, el peso super welter natural, tiene la ventaja. Para mí, le doy la victoria por eso. Porque va a ser el fuerte en la pelea, va a ser él. A Xander le gusta pelear, le gusta estar el toma y dame. Si aquel acepta pelear con Xander le puede sacar mucho provecho.
Man, Tito is a legend, man. I have a great relationship with him, and obviously those words mean the world to me. From somebody like him, what he means to the island and to boxing, it's amazing. So again, like he said, I could fight, I could box, I could do everything in there. And inside that ring, I'm the natural 154-pounder. So I've been here for a long time. I'm here to keep taking over the division, and I'm excited to continue that legacy and that path.
Andre Ward raises the question many people have been asking since this fight was announced. Is this too soon for Xander Zayas? The problem with that argument is that great fighters do not wait around forever. They take risks and create their own legacy. Ward himself admits Zayas has the size, skills, toughness, and mentality to cause serious problems. Add the recent injury concerns surrounding Jaron Ennis, and suddenly the fight becomes even more interesting. This could be the perfect moment for Zayas to prove he belongs among boxing's biggest names and shock the entire division.
I think Boots is a more skilled boxer than Xander Zayas. I think Boots is phenomenal. I got him as the second best fighter in the world. I got Shakur Stevenson one. And when I say that, I'm not talking about accolades, what they've achieved, achievements and stuff like that. I'm just talking about boxing ability. That's why I think Boots beat Theo. Unless, like my man said, he's not as good as I think. And I said that when the fight was announced.
There is no doubt that many experts rate Jaron Ennis as one of boxing's most talented fighters. His ability has never really been questioned. But talent alone does not win fights when injuries enter the picture. If the reports from camp are true, Ennis may not be walking into this showdown in ideal condition. Xander Zayas has been preparing for this opportunity for years and looks hungrier than ever. This is why so many fans are refusing to count him out. A healthy, motivated, and confident Zayas could be exactly the nightmare opponent Ennis did not need right now.
We're going to get a lot of support over here.
Of course, yeah.
Xander, a lot of people are making a lot of your weight in between the fights. He said that you had you having a weight loss camp. You know, I see a lot of people talking about the weight in between fights. What do you make of that?
Well, if they don't lose weight, then they got to move up, because that's the whole point of fighting at 154. You got to make a little bit of weight. I'm growing, I'm getting better, I'm getting bigger. We keep controlling it. I have a great nutritionist team that work with me. The ones that work with Terrence Crawford, Shakur Stevenson, so they know what they're doing. And I believe in them throughout, my whole career.
So there's no concern with you making
No, never. There's never been no concerns.
Xander, what do you see about his style? What do you see about his style?
Man, there's a lot of things that I can take advantage of. I got the speed, I got the power, I got the technique, I got the length, I got the strength, I got the IQ. There's a lot of things I can take into consideration when it comes to breaking down the style.
But he also mentions that you get hit a lot.
The same way he does.
What do you do to avoid that?
The same way he does. Try to move my head the same way he tried to move his head.
Keep your head on the swivel.
One thing Xander Zayas consistently shows is professionalism. Everything about his approach feels calculated and disciplined. From training to nutrition to preparation, he appears fully committed to maximizing every advantage possible. That becomes even more important when facing an opponent surrounded by injury concerns. While Jaron Ennis deals with speculation about his condition after sparring, Zayas looks like a fighter enjoying a smooth and focused camp. Championship fights are often decided long before the first punch is thrown. Right now, Zayas appears to be doing everything necessary to give himself the best possible chance of victory.
Up in age, it becomes more about what their heart wants to do. If his heart wants to do it, he can't.
This is a must-win fight for him, though,
Must
right?
win.
Right. Roy, I gotta get you before you go, man, because a kid who trains all the time in Florida from your whereabouts, Xander Zayas, man.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? You think he could beat Boots Ennis?
Well, if anybody can, it'd be him, but that's a hell of a task he's taking on.
Everything is now on the line. This was already one of the biggest fights of the year, but the reported sparring injury suffered by Jaron Ennis has added a completely different layer of drama. If Xander Zayas wins, he does not just defend his position at the top of the division. He announces himself as the new face of the sport and proves every doubter wrong. A victory over a fighter as highly rated as Ennis would change his career forever. But if Ennis overcomes the injury concerns and still manages to beat Zayas, it would be a massive statement and remind everyone why so many people consider him one of boxing's elite talents. Right now, Zayas looks focused, healthy, and mentally sharp. The big question is whether Ennis can say the same. Are you backing Xander Zayas to take advantage of this situation? Or will Jaron Ennis silence the doubters and pull off a huge win? Let us know in the comments below.